Okay, so now we're going to talk about Ernest Rutherford and his experiments that he did. So Rutherford came right after J.J. Thomson and continued to build upon the things that he had done. So Rutherford's big experiment that he did is called the gold foil experiment. So in this experiment, Rutherford took a radiation source and shot alpha particles at a sheet of gold foil. Now this sheet was very, very thin. And then he set up a fluorescent screen around the foil there and recorded what happened to the alpha particles. Now, as you can see here, most of them went straight through, and a couple of them bounced off at strange angles. That seemed very weird to Rutherford, and his explanation for why that could have happened was that atoms are mostly empty space. This experiment here, so Rutherford, when he was looking at his cat weighs 10 kilograms and was able to turn faster than his dog that weighs 25 kilograms. And when looking at cars that weigh 3,000 pounds at 65 miles per hour take 316 feet to stop. And a big old semi-trucks at 80,000 pounds going 65 miles per hour take 525 feet to stop. So this one is an experiment, was more of an observational one where he just noticed that, hey, larger objects take longer to speed up and slow down and to turn and that sort of thing, which was important for this experiment. So this is an accelerometer. So what happens is he puts in an atom here. It gets busted up into its parts, and then it spits it out into a tube with a magnet on each side. So we have the positive and the negative magnets here. And so Rutherford spit it in and observed a few things. First of all, he observed a negative charge, which was attracted to the positive magnet. And he observed a positive charge, which was attracted to the negative here. But one thing he noticed was that the negative charge that went up did so very quickly, that it was much quicker at turning and moving up towards the magnet, whereas the positively charged one was much slower. So this told him that the negative charge is much smaller than the positive charge in an atom. Right, that goes along with this idea that large things take longer to speed up and slow down. So, knowing that, we come to Rutherford's atomic model. It doesn't have a fancy name like some of the other ones, but part of his model is basically there's a positively charged nucleus in the middle of the atom. But the big key thing here is that atoms are mostly empty space. So outside of the nucleus is empty space, and the electrons, which are tiny, are just flying around kind of wherever, right in the empty space. This is the model we see a lot in TV shows and movies.